Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Night Live, coming to you on the 22nd of October, 2025. We got a lot going on tonight, and hopefully, knock on wood, no technical difficulties. I'll just say up front, I apologize for last week. My camera just decided to die right in the middle of the live when we were talking about the tournament, the current tournament standings. The good news is I got a brand new camera and I got a backup setting right here. I got my laptop set up in case this ever happens again. So, I think we're good. I think we're gonna be good for tonight. Hello, Bass Hunter, Mike Kinnick, Thomas. Thanks for stopping in. No sound. I don't have any sound, Marty. Let me try. Are we good now? Give me a thumbs up. Oh, I can hear you. Thanks, Marty. Hey, buddy. Hey, Brian. Thanks for stopping in. Marty, you scared me to death. I'm like, come on. I was like, I just got a new camera. It's got to be working. The little dots are moving. Oh, thanks, Russell. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you showing up. Gary, thanks for stopping in. And Mike, I just seen your. We're going to share that photo you just sent me. I just got it. We'll make sure we get in there. Roger, thanks for stopping in. We're going to do some. Definitely going to do the tournament update, and we're going to do a couple giveaways around tonight for sure. I am 99.9%. I got everybody's fish because I only received one fish since last Wednesday, so I'm pretty sure we're in a good spot. But I do have one couple, Delilah and I think Kevin, told me they sent in 3 fish and I didn't get it. So Delilah and Kevin, if you're watching, I need you to get to resend those fish. I told you to go ahead and continue fishing like you already turned them in, but I'm sure you did, or probably got hung up. But if you're watching tonight or watching tomorrow, please make sure you get me those 3 fish. Rob the Shadows, thanks for stopping in. John Bandy, thanks for stopping in. I love that video. Yeah, hopefully no issues. It wasn't the internet, Rob. It was my camera died. My camera died right in the middle of the live last night. So new camera, and I got a backup. I got my laptop set right up here just in case. So I'm going to try to avoid any of that craziness in the future. So if we do have an issue, I got a backup immediately ready to go. So it really drove me crazy because we're right in the middle of doing the update. And now the good news is as we were right before we cut, Brian, the bass hunter, was saying, hey, you got my numbers wrong. And at the same time, Mike Kinnick, the bass hunter Tennessee, saying, you got my numbers wrong. And I had switched their numbers. I had put the wrong numbers in the wrong bass hunter. And I have a script that does that, and I got that fixed. So we'll show that in just a minute. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. I was using names instead of email addresses, and it really got me in a bind there. Thomas Kempsel is not home this week up in Maggie Valley. Too cold for this Florida boy. I can imagine. I was in Pennsylvania today. I'm down in Virginia, back home tonight. But I woke up there and I was like, State College, Pennsylvania. I was like, no, I'm going back to where it's warm. Definitely too cold up there. Before we get started, I just want one shout out. Yeah, Bass Hunter, it's all good now. One shout out. I want to give Gary from Gary's Fish Tale big shout out. He and I fished this last weekend on Lake Eufaula down in Alabama with the Lunkers Bass Club out of Panama City, Florida. It was a great time. Gary let me fish in the boat with him. He does every year, but thanks, Gary, for doing that. And we didn't do as hot as we wanted to do, but we have never, even though we've placed in the money several times, we've never caught a limit on Lake Eufaula. We usually come in with 3 or 4. Gary came in with the limit for the first time. Now we neither one placed in the money. I think we were 5th and 6th. Gary was 5th and I was 6th, but still it was a good time. We caught some fish, and you'll see some video coming out on that pretty soon. But thanks, Gary, for having me, and I'm looking forward to probably February on Lake Seminole. Getting back down there. Great bunch of guys in the Lunkers Bass Club for sure. So I've only seen the numbers here are a little deceiving. I'm going to give this a few more minutes before we do a tournament update and before we give out a gift card. But Brian says the wind is crazy. I wasn't down. I haven't been home in the last. Brian, I haven't been home since Wednesday of last week. I mean, I'm home today, but I flew home last night or night before last, and Tuesday morning I drove straight to Pennsylvania because I had some work stuff I had to do. So I only got to fish locally, just there in Alabama. Hey, Kenneth Tipton, thanks for stopping in, my friend. And Gary, thank you. It was fun. We had a good time fishing there in Lake Eufaula. Next year we're going to win that damn tournament, though. I'm convinced we're going to. As much of that like we've learned the last 4 years. So, well, since I got quite a few people in here, Gary, could you do me a favor and send me a number between 1 and 50? It looks like I got 42 people in here. Hey, Stefan, thanks for first-time listeners. Thanks for stopping in. We're doing us a little bit of a giveaway tonight. We've got some gift cards to hand out. And Stephen, we do live on Wednesday nights for our tournament updates, as well as we show some lunker photos, which I'm going to do in just a minute. I got a few big bass that we're going to share. So if you got some big bass you want to share a photo of, just email them to me at shaneflintoutdoors@yahoo.com, and we'll share them here live. As well as we try to give away some gift cards and stuff of that nature, along with our tournament update. So thanks for stopping in, Stephen. So Gary did send me a number, but before we do that, I want to just show one photo first. This one just came in, and Mike Pendleton's just been on a roll lately. Big Bait Posse. I'm going to share this photo real quick. Let me go back here. I don't know if it's been something you've been eating, Mike, but you've been catching a lot of the big fish, and I'm going to share this this picture with everybody. What a whopper! And that's a smallie. And I want to say I see it's 21. Mike, how much did that weigh? I know you hadn't sent it in for the tournament yet, but man, that's a tank. You caught a tank of a largemouth on the river. Now I expect some good smallmouth catches, but man, that's a hammer for a smallie. That is a nice bass, Mike. Really nice bass. If you don't, if you're not following Big Bait Posse on YouTube, please do. Great channel. They catch a lot of nice ones. Mike says, missed it. Just shy of 5 pounds. 5 pounds smallmouth's a hammer. That's a big one. Bass Hunter Mike, who is his partner in the tournament, says it's his year on big fish for sure. Hey Ted, with Off the Hook. I tried to get over on your live, but I ran out of time. Hey folks, make sure especially if you're out deer hunting. Ted's already out there in the woods, deer hunting, sharing his hunt with everybody. Go over and check him out. Kenneth did send a hammer and of a smallmouth, and he didn't weigh it, but it was a 21 1/4 smallmouth. It was a big smallmouth. That's right, Russell. They don't call him Big Bait Posse for nothing. All right, let's go ahead and do a giveaway real quick before I show the spreadsheet. We are still growing that crowd a little bit, but I'll go ahead and we'll do a gift card. This is for a $25 gift card to Finn's Outdoors. Love me some Finn's Outdoor apparel. Good prices, quality products. So we'll do a gift card. And if you're a first-time listener, I'll tell you how this works. And Big Bait Posse says, Mike says 21.5. That is a big, I thought that's what I've seen. 21.5 or a smallie is a big smallie. So folks, if you're first time on the live, what I do is once I say go, which I'm not saying go, we're going to you just guess a number between 1 and 50. And you put the number in the comments. It takes there's a 3 or 4 second lag. And as soon as I see that number, I say stop, and that's the winner. So we do it pretty randomly, and I have somebody else send me the number. Gary, my buddy there, he's down in Florida, and he texts me a number between 1 and 50. So what I'll tell you, everybody, is the numbers between 1 and 50. Go ahead and put your number in. Go. And this is for a $25 gift card to Finn's Outdoors. And of course, I always have to sit here for like 4 or 5 seconds and wait for the numbers to come in. And stop. We got a winner. We already got a winner. And the winner is, make sure he's the first one. Actually, we got two people who guessed the same number, but the first one was Kenneth Newstead, 37. Kenneth, you are the winner of a $25 gift card to Finn's Outdoors, and I'll get that over to you. Let me write your name here. I know your email address. You don't have to send me anything. I'll get that out to you tonight, or first thing in the morning, probably tonight. So this, just making sure I didn't miss any yet. Like Kenneth got it. So someone came out. Hey, Delilah, if you didn't hear, please send me your 3 fish in again. I looked and looked. I didn't see them. I trust that you got them to me, but have you and Kevin send those back in. So you are welcome, Kenneth. That was quick. Usually it takes me like 5 minutes to get the number, and it's like 3 of you guessed 37. Kenneth, Russell, and Marty. But the first one was Kenneth. So thank you, Delilah. We'll make sure we get that updated. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the tournament standings. As of right now, today, I only have 4 additional fish that I got since the first 3-week period. They're in here. If I miss one, please let me know. But this is where we stand after the first round, and you can see the numbers of the fish that's already been added for the second round. So let me share this to everybody. We're going to give away another gift card here towards the end. So if you want to try for that, Kenneth is not eligible though. So there we are. So I've got it sorted with the total from the first period. And you can see Brian and Chris have already got a 22.75 in. And then Kenneth and Dan have a 21.25. And then down here, Rob Martinez turned in a nice one, 20. And Mario Bernardo's is 18.75. So that's where we're standing. So if you add those up right now, if you wanted to bump up currently, it'd be Brian and Chris would be bumped up to the top with 4, and Kenneth, etc., so on. But you have to turn in 5 fish. The reason I hadn't changed that is you got to turn in all 5 fish, and then I'll do a grand total. But you can see where the standings are right now. So for anyone that is new, I'm going to stop sharing this. This is what we call the 5 bass draw format, and the fish have to be in the first period 1 inch apart, and in the second period a 1/2 inch apart. So like, for example, Brian Green and Chris McGowan, their 4th fish was 22.75. So if they're going to keep that one, they got to catch a 23.25 to have all fish turned in. You cannot win unless you have all 5 fish turned in. So it's a risk. This is more of a strategy tournament than a just catch a big fish, because you got to be able to complete that whole cycle of all 5 fish. So it keeps it very competitive, as all these people that are in this tournament know. It really boils down to can you complete that 5 fish circuit? Yes, you can, Brian. Let's see. You can turn in a 22.25 and be in there. That's correct. As your 4th. So you can do one because you can call in and out, but long as you complete, you will be in there. So that's a good point, Brian. I was just using that as an example. But as long as you complete that 5 fish, you will be all doing okay. So I'll throw that out there one more time towards the end. Let me share another fish photo that came in. It came in last week, and I wanted to share this one. And fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, this individual is here local in Virginia, but he's not fishing in the tournament. But he won the last tournament, which was the smallmouth, our smallmouth only tournament. Let me get that over here. And he's in a nice, it's in a nice bass. Let me share my screen here. There we go. That is another hammer. That's a Virginia hammer. And, you know, that was sent in last week. So I wanted to make sure we get it in this week. And that's Nathan Cross here in Virginia. Nice largemouth. And he was the winner of the smallmouth only tournament here in Virginia. And it looks like I got someone else sent me a photo. We'll try to get that one up here in just a minute. That's a nice bass, Nathan. Nate, and you've been having a good year too, because there was another big one that you sent me not too long ago that we shared. So thanks for sharing those photos, everyone. So let's see someone else, Kenneth. I'm thinking that might be true, Kenneth. I'll tell you, we thought we were going to catch fish up in creeks there when we were fishing in Alabama. The water temperature is mid-70s still there, but they were not back there. Had plenty of bait back there, but no bass. Yeah, it is a nice colored bass. That is a great photo, Russell. So getting a little bit of an update here. I'm going to share one more photo, and then I'm going to provide something. Hey, Mars Fishing Adventure, thanks for stopping in. James from Forest Park, Illinois, thanks for stopping in, my friend. And Mars Fishing Adventures is from South Texas. I think I have checked out your channel. So thanks for stopping in. So let me, I had another big catch come in here. Let's share this one out. Just came in over the email. See if I can get it up real quick. And then we'll do another gift card. And I want to share some news with everybody about the future of our sponsors. Got some good news today, and I want to share that with everybody. Oh yeah, that's a nice bass. Let's move that up there. Let me blow that up real quick. And this is from Stephen Sturgeon. Let's check out this one. Let me share this with everybody. Stephen Sturgeon. Let me share this catch. That is a nice bass there, Stephen. Looks like 20 and a half, but Ben, that is a fatty. That is a real fatty, and you're a kayak fisherman, so you can immediately when I see the catch board, I go kayak fisherman. I don't need to see the rest. So nice bass. Nice bass. Where did you catch that? Or you don't have to tell me where, but what state are you in that you caught that one in? So nice one. Nice one. Dylan Gorton says, can we do the team contest in September or August next year? My plan is to do the team tournament a little bit earlier next year, but I want to make sure that we have, I got to get the new schedule out. And I'll be working with Omnia about our sponsorship, which we got a new ambassador representative for us, who I chatted with tonight. I'm going to chat with tomorrow, and it looks like we're going to continue to do this next year. But I got to change up the schedule just a little bit because I may have to fit in another tournament. And it's going to be a tournament that's going to be I don't know the details yet, but it's going to be more of a something similar to the 5 bass draw, but a shorter time period, like a two-week sprint tournament with a pretty large pot is what we're trying to work out right now. More details. I don't want to get too far ahead of my skis on this one because I'm still working with Omnia, and I got to talk to him about it in more detail in the next few days. But if you didn't know, Omnia Fishing did merge and partner with Thorn Brothers Fishing Outdoors, and the code that you see going across SFO25 that works at Omnia for your 15% off tackle also works at Thorn Brothers starting on the 3rd of November. The 3rd of November is when they're going to merge all the inventory. One of the biggest complaints of myself and a lot of you is they kept running out of a lot of good stuff at Omnia. So they've merged with Thorn Brothers, and they think this is going to solve a majority of the stocking issues. I think it will after I listen to how the ideas behind it. But no, it should eliminate for the most part. There's always going to be stuff that's going to go hot for sale and be sold out real quick. But for the most part, Omnia will have a really good stock, and it will link you over to Thorn Brothers, from what I understand, if that is out of stock at Omnia, and you get the same pricing, and you get the same discount with our SFO 25 discount code. That starts on the 3rd of November. So good news. I will be working the schedule for next year's tournament. Of course, the team tournament is the last tournament of the year, but we'll after the new year, I'll get that out to everybody and let everybody know what that's going to be. So, well, thanks. I appreciate you watching the videos. I did put one out last week. Unfortunately, this week I've been wrapped up. Hadn't got a content video out, but there'll be one coming next Wednesday night, along with Wednesday Night Live again next Wednesday night. So look, be on the lookout for that, and make sure you stop in next week as well. Dylan said, I lost a 21-inch bass on topwater day. Topwater is one of my favorite ways to fish in the fall, but man, you lose some nice ones. You lose some nice ones on the topwater. Wow, Stephen, that was caught in Central and almost 6 pounds. Good. That is a great fish. It's a great fish for Illinois. That is an awesome catch. A really good catch for Illinois. James, I hear you. The weather really gets everybody this time of year. And sometimes you start out, especially in this team tournament, sometimes you can start off real hot and then the bite will just dwindle off towards the end. I know that's why I want to move it up a few weeks next year to kind of get everybody, because we're moving into this tournament ends on the 2nd of November. Let me make sure I'm right on that. It ends on the 2nd of November. And I'd like to end this around before the end of October is what I'm going to try to go for next year. So we're going to adjust it a little bit. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Mike. Mike, the bass hunter, Mike Kinnick, is saying make the smallmouth tournament end of September till middle of October. That's what I'm thinking about doing, is moving the smallmouth tournament. More to follow. Again, guys, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. I got to do some work on scheduling and make sure we got this worked out with the sponsor for sure. And you caught that bass in August. That's a good catch in August for sure. So how many bass contests are there next year? Great question, Dylan. We will start in the early spring with our Southern Big Bass Tournament, and there's a map. If you want to go back and look on my channel, you can see, just look up the Southern Big Bass. You'll see the map line. We have a Southern Big Bass. That's a month long, followed immediately by Northern Big Bass. And then we do our summer tournament, which is the 5 bass draw. Then we do a smallmouth tournament. Then we do a team tournament. So right now, I plan on having all 5 of those tournaments next year. I will probably, it looks like I'll need to add a 6th tournament. I don't want to give out the details of that or the timing because I need to work that out. But we'll probably end up next year with 6 tournaments total for the year. So that's what it looks like for next year. We're getting close to the top of the hour, and there's 3 other things. I want to do another giveaway real quick, and I need to share out the standings one more time. But one of the things I'm thinking about doing is doing an angler appreciation giveaway. And what I mean by that is I am probably going to do some type of giveaway for the 5 tournaments that we have this year, including the top 5 winners, and do a giveaway on all 5, so 25 folks, and doing a special giveaway for that, and just draw one name out. Maybe if you won a tournament, you get an extra ticket. I'm going to figure out that formula, but I'm going to do that probably right before Christmas. That'll be my last live for the year, because you guys know I go dark around mid-December to just spend time with family. So Brian says December, January 1st. No, Brian, no. I know what you're trying to do, and we're not going to do an ice fishing. No, I can't think of his name, but wants to talk me into doing a Northern Pike tournament. I may not do that. We'll see. I got to really consider it. So real quick, this is for a $25 gift card to Omnia Fishing. Let's do one more giveaway. For those of you who have never done this before, when I say go, I want you to guess a number between 1 and 50. Put that in the comments, and the first one to get that number wins. And then I'm going to share out the spreadsheet one more time before we go. And a number between 1 and 50. Stick it in the comments and hit enter. Go. And I don't know what the number is, but Gary texted it to me. I got it. So a number between 1 and 50. Put her in the comments. Here I am waiting for that 3 to 5 second pause. Nope. Stop. Got a winner. We got a winner. And the winner is, making sure before, man, I got a lot of numbers that just flew in here all of a sudden. But I know I seen the number. And the number is 29. Bass Hunter, Tennessee, Mr. Mike Kennick, you have won a $25 gift card to Omnia Fishing. Congratulations. Did you win last week or a week before? I think you won not too long ago as well. Doesn't matter. Everybody's a winner if you get out there and go fishing. I'll get that over to you probably right after this, Mike. And yes, he said, yes, I won a few weeks ago. So it pays to come to the live. If you don't win a tournament, you might win a gift card. So appreciate you all tuning in tonight and being a part of the channel. I love this. I love putting out content to help fishermen. I love these tournaments to help everybody do a little competition, friendly competition, and we don't have to spend a lot. Well, you don't spend no money. It's free. So as long as we can keep these going, we're going to keep it up. So real quick, let me share the spreadsheet one more time for those that came in late. This is as of the end of the first period, but you'll see the second period fish added in there as well. Not a lot of change, but right here is where we stand. We only have 4 fish turned into the second period so far, but you can see where everyone stood, and the yellow line was at the end of the first period. And you can do the addition if you wanted to see where those other fish added in. The reason I don't do that is you got to finish all 5 fish to qualify for the win. To place, you have to turn in all 5 fish. All the competitors know that. So this is where we stand as of right now today. If you think I missed something, you guys know, just email it, shaneflinoutdoors@yahoo.com. I did already talk to Delilah about resending her 3 fish. But this tournament is tight. Everybody that's in the second period anyone could win it. And we see this every year. Everybody gets a real good what looks like a giant lead, and doesn't finish out those 5 fish. And someone pops up to first, second, and third that finished that 5 fish cycle. So if you see yourself there, if you're watching this tomorrow, don't be discouraged about where you're setting now. Just focus on finishing out the 5 fish that we send out in the instruction. Get all 5 fish turned in. That's what will determine the winner. So, all right, folks. Thanks, everyone, for stopping in. We will be live next Wednesday night. And that will be the last live for this tournament, because the 2nd of November, all your fish have to be turned in by the 2nd of November, somewhat of midnight. So make sure. Grace says, so if you're in 18th place and no one above me doesn't have 5 fish, you win. That's correct, as long as you finish your 5 fish. So good luck, everyone. I'll see you next Wednesday night. We'll do another giveaway, and we'll do the last update before the end of the tournament. So thanks, everyone. Tight lines, good luck, and we'll see you next week.